Yeah.
So Vikalpa Vritti is that vritti which arises from verbal information. So although there is no corresponding object in reality there, but it serves to, you know, help communication with people. So we use several concepts which are created by mind, which are not there. So time is a concept like that. So what is the example of this Vikalpa Vritti or this mental concept? In technical language, it is known as semantic language based. A concept or a knowledge which is coming from language, but there is no corresponding reality, real world. That is what is Vikalpa Vritti. So time is a creation of Vikalpa Vritti. That is the contention of yogi. So example would be now, lots of example can be given of Vikalpa Vritti when we are communicating. So if I tell you that there was a horse which was flying in the sky, does it make sense when I say that? Are you understanding the meaning of what I am saying? There was a horse which was flying in the air. You are understanding, everybody is understanding what I am saying, because the moment I say horse, you understand. Horse flying in the sky, understand. But is there a real entity called horse which can fly in the sky? Or there is a lotus flower blooming in the sky? You understand the meaning. What I am saying, you understand the meaning, but there is no corresponding reality of that kind. There's no corresponding object. Like when I say a lotus is blooming in the sky, there is no that there can be no lotus blooming in the sky, because lotus is of this kind. But in language, various such concepts are there which do not have a corresponding physical reality, but in language they are used. So such concepts are known as vikalpa concepts. So time is also a kind of vikalpa. It's a construct of mind. So in physics also you will hear a lot of theories related to time. These are again, as I told you, very, very technical. But what is the yoga position? The important part is that the present moment is most important, because this entire universe is undergoing a change every moment. And the way we know the universe at this given moment, it will not be same in the next moment. And again, it will not be same in the third moment. Again, it will not be same in the fourth moment. Again, it will not be same in the fifth moment. So universe is continuously undergoing mutation. Continuous movement, continuous mutation, continuous change is taking place. So what is real at this moment may not be there in the next moment. Things have changed. So what happens if we are going from present moment to the fifth or sixth moment? If we go to the fifth or sixth moment, then can we talk about the present moment as real moment? No, because this moment has passed. This moment has become past, and past doesn't exist. What is the characteristics of past and future? Future is something which is not there. Not there means which is not present. That's why it is future. Why future? Because it is not there now. It may come. It is likely to come, but it has not come. It is not there at present moment. Same way when we talk about past. What is past? हम जो बोलते हैं अतीत, अतीत का अर्थ क्या है? अतीत वो है जो अभी नहीं है, उसी को हम अतीत बोल सकते हैं. जो जो अभी है उसको तो हम वर्तमान कहेंगे. Whatever is there at this moment, we will call it present. We will not call it uh, past, because it is presently there. Now you see, now the class is going on. Is this class atit or past? No. Right now the class is going on. Maybe after 8 o'clock at 8:30 we will say the class had happened. But then that class is not there at 8:30. Class is right now. Class is not there. Will not be there at 8:30. So something which is present now is the real. Everything else, it is a creation of mind. It is a fictitious thing. So हम जब अतीत की बात करते हैं, अतीत वो है जो जिसका अस्तित्व नहीं है, जिसकी सत्ता नहीं है, जो रियलिटी में नहीं है. Same way when we are talking about future, it is not there in the present moment. So past cannot exist in present moment, future cannot exist in present moment, but the effect of past and present, they are there in the future moment. Because now this class is going on, we started at 7 o'clock, the sequence is going on, the class is going at a certain speed. So we say that, okay, in past 30 minutes gone, 30 minutes have gone where we have conducted this class. Or we can say that now it is 7:40, so this class may continue for another 20 minutes. We may say that. So, so we can read from the present moment as to what is going to happen in next 20 minutes. So this way we can, construct something in our mind by way of knowledge. But according to yogi, present moment is very important. So what Sutra says, if a yogi is able to do sanyama on the present moment, then he will understand the reality of the time. He will understand the changefulness of the universe. He will also understand that everything is changing. So from that perspective, he will develop that vivekajam jnana, that discriminative knowledge. So now you see we have to understand that this will become clear in the next sutra, because recording issue was there and voice issue was there. So I'm not going into the next sutra. We will begin afresh with that, and we will talk about it, uh, because time is not there, enough time is not there to cover the next sutra. But so far, whatever I have said, if there are any doubts, first let us discuss that and then we'll see what to do. It is difficult concept, so I understand there will be difficulty in understanding. So far, whatever I have said, is it understood clearly? Yeah.
Yes, sir. So when you say the time is a vikalpa vritti, when
Yeah.
the yogi is meditating in the present moment,
Yeah.
how, matlab, he is looking at the time as just the changing moment, right?
Yeah. Everything is
इसीलिए
changing in the.
इसीलिए
Yeah.
वो he doesn't realizes the time in the sadhana in his this thing कि कितना
No.
घंटा हो
No.
गया कितना
No.
दिन
No.
हो
No.
गया
No. No.
no
No. No. You are creating your own fiction.
अच्छा okay
You are creating your own vikalpa vritti. I did not mean any of these things.
okay
Yeah. I am saying that when we treat time as a real thing, but is time real? आप बोलते हो 1 मिनट हो गया, आप 1 मिनट मुझे दिखा सकते हो क्या? आप 1 घंटा मुझे दिखा सकते हो क्या? कोई बोलेगा हाँ दिखा सकते हैं। कैसे दिखा सकते हैं? घड़ी में 12 से 12 छोटा काटा गया तो 1 घंटा हो गया, मैंने दिखा दिया 1 घंटा. बट दैट इज द मोमेंट ऑफ क्लॉक. वेयर इज द टाइम? What you are showing me is the moment in the clock of the hand moving from 12. You are showing one hour. But where is the time? Is time a real entity? Like the substance is real entity, but time is not a real entity. That is the point. So when one really contemplates on mind, that I said it is like contemplating on physics concept. ये आइंस्टीन और जो बड़े साइंटिस्ट है वो लोग जब चिंता करते हैं कि टाइम क्या है, एनर्जी क्या है, स्पेस क्या है, उसके टाइप का कंसेप्ट है, थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट है समझने के लिए. We'll have to really open minds and we have to really think about it in a very open minded way. All our assumptions related to time are being challenged here. It's a very 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 challenging kind of concept we are talking about. So our minds are being challenged and we are asked to think radically differently about the time. Whatever our notions of time are till now, they are totally changed. They are changing here. हम टाइम को रियल समझ के चलते हैं, 2 घंटे बाद मिलेंगे, 3 घंटे बाद मिलेंगे, ऐसा बोलते हैं. एंड वी थिंक दैट द टाइम इज अ रियल थिंग, बट टाइम इज it is certain moment, that's all. And what is important is the present moment, because in present moment we are knowing. So that is the real thing. Present is the real thing. Except present, past and future are their creation of mind. फॉर कन्वीनियंट से, फॉर जैसे कंसेप्ट कुछ बनाते हैं, ऐसे कंसेप्ट बना हुआ है जिसके द्वारा हम समझते हैं. वी ब्रिंग अ सर्टेनिटी टू आवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द यूनिवर्स, अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. Got it?
Yes, sir.
हाँ.
Yes.
तो योगी को हर क्षण पता चलता है. उसको टाइम का पता है. वो तो इटर्निटी तक भी जान सकता है, क्योंकि उसको टाइम का, साधना में टाइम का पता नहीं चलता है ऐसा नहीं है. उसको तो हर क्षण ही इज अवेयर. इज इट दैट इज व्हाट इज विवेकजम ज्ञान. विवेकजम ज्ञानम बोलेगा तो एवरी मोमेंट ही इज टोटली 100% अवेयर. ही इज देयर इन द प्रेजेंट मोमेंट. And that's how he says that present moment is the only moment which is true, which is only important. That is what Sutra says, that in the moment, अभी का जो वर्तमान क्षण है उसमें ही पूरा कुछ छिपा हुआ है. तो when संयम is done on that, then the knowledge is of a different kind. So now, okay, we can go to the next sutra. Probably we'll be able to see. So now, how do we know that changes are taking place in anything? धर्म लक्षण अवस्था परिणाम हम लोग देखते हैं. The characteristics thing change, then we come to know about it. Otherwise we don't come to know about it. तो कोई दो चीजों में अगर फर्क करना है तो हम लोग को कैसे समझ में आता है. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई शो यू टू बुक, immediately you will be able to say this is small book, that is big book. You will be able to differentiate. Two different objects are shown, then you will be able to make out difference between them. So this 43rd sutra says jati lakshan desher anyata anavachhedat tulyayo tatah pratipati. So if there are different kind of objects presented before us, then based on the size of the object, color of the object, the species of the object. For example, two animals are there. If a cow and a goat both are kept before you, and you are asked that what are they, you will be able to say this is cow and this is goat. How you will say this is cow and this is goat? Based on the species, because cow belongs to different species and goat belongs to different species. So we can differentiate. So this is the differentiation known by jati. So jati से उसका भेद मालूम पड़ता है, फर्क मालूम पड़ता है. उसी तरीके से लक्षण कौन से हैं. बकरी छोटी रहती है, गाय बड़ी रहती है. तो गाय के शरीर के लक्षण अलग रहते हैं, बकरी के शरीर के लक्षण अलग रहते हैं. तो देन वी कैन and goat has got these characteristics, so we can differentiate between the two. Same way, where they are placed, how big they are, space is how much space they are occupying. A cow will occupy more space, a goat will occupy less space. So that way we are able to differentiate between two objects. But if we are given two similar looking objects, can we differentiate between them? Can we say which is new, which is old? So example in the sutra has been given of two gooseberries. आंवले के फल को अब इसमें फर्क क्यों नहीं है कि जाति का फर्क नहीं है, क्योंकि दोनों आंवला है, दोनों गूसबेरी है, और फिर लक्षण भी दोनों के एक ही है. अगर एक आंवला दूसरे आंवले से अलग नहीं हो सकता है, बराबर है. उसी तरीके से आपको उसका स्पेस है, दोनों का साइज भी एक ही है. तो दोनों हम लोग एक सामान्य दृष्टि से ऑर्डिनरी पर्सन विल से अरे दोनों सेम है. But then there has to be some difference in them, because no two substances can be similar. They are similar, but they cannot be same. They are different. So ordinary individual will not be able to distinguish between two objects which belong to the same species, which have got the same characteristics and which has got the same spatial dimensions. तो जैसे एक एक ग्राम के दो सोने के गोले हमारे सामने किसी ने रखे. See, understand this. This is very simple now. It will become very clear now. If two balls of gold of 1 gram each are placed before us, obviously we have to understand that one was created earlier and the other was created later. So we with our ordinary senses, can we say that which ball was created earlier, which was created later? Can we say that? We cannot say that. But there is a difference between the two. Although they are same, although they belong to same jati, they have got the similar characteristics and they are occupying the same space. Even then, there are some differences in them. What are the differences? The differences are there from the point of view of one is old and one is new. So ordinary individual cannot tell what is old, what is new, but yogi can tell. How yogi can tell? Yogi can go into the atomic structure of that each ball, and he can understand which was created earlier and which was created later. How he will be able to discern that? How he will be able to have that viveka through which he can say that one avla is different from the other avla. See, Vyas Bhashya gives the example of avla, gooseberry, and Haryananda Aranya Swami has given example of gold. So even if we take the avla, now suppose I place two gooseberries in front of you, then one is on the right, left is on, one is on the left. Then I ask you to close your eyes. You close your eyes, then I shift the position of gooseberries. I change right to left. Then I ask you which was earlier where. Will you be able to say where it was? Because avlas are looking same, they have got same characteristics, they are same size. So ordinary individual cannot say which is which avla, which was on the right side, which was on the left side. But yogi can, even he closes his eyes and he opens his eyes, he will be able to say where was the first avla placed and where was the second avla placed. Why? Because he is able to. This Vivekam Jam Jnanam gives him the capacity to understand the atomic structure of that object and how old that object is, depending on the amount of changes which have taken place. Because see, world is changing every moment. एक आंवला जो 50 दिन पहले बना था, जो 40 दिन पहले बना रहेगा, उसमें दोनों में फर्क रहेगा. 50 दिन वाले में ज्यादा डिके हुआ रहेगा, वेयर एंड टीयर हुआ रहेगा, और जो 40 दिन वाला है उसमें कम डिके हुआ रहेगा. तो इस ढंग से उसके डिके को भी योगी जो है वो जान सकता है. तो ये कोई मतलब एक अनयूजुअल सिद्धि है जिसके जरिए योगी कैन कम. जब हम लोगों ने धर्म लक्षण अवस्था परिणाम डिस्कस किया था, तो धर्म परिणाम चेंज ऑफ द एट्रीब्यूट्स, एंड देन लक्षण परिणाम द टेम्पोरल कैरेक्टर्स, पास्ट में ऐसा था, प्रेजेंट में ऐसा है होगा, दिस वी हैड डिस्कस. तो उसमें जो तीसरा था अवस्था परिणाम, दिस सूत्र इज नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट अवस्था परिणाम. एक और एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं. दो मटके हैं, दो अर्दन पॉट्स आर देयर. He placed two earthen pots before you. One pot was created in 1923 and one pot was created in 1924. But they both are identical looking. Same जाति के हैं, same size के हैं, same रंग है. तो can an ordinary mind understand कि which pot is old, which pot is new? He cannot. But yogi can. Yogi can say that this pot is older and this pot is new. That kind of distinction is possible. So that is the subtle capacity of knowledge a yogi is developing. This will become clear from again one example, that archaeologists, when they are studying the, or anthropologists or biologists, when they are studying the old life forms, so we find that they come across lot of fossils. They can do it in case of matter also. जैसे कोई पुरातत्व वाले जो रहते हैं, अभी मथुरा में जो एक्सकेवेशन चल रहा है समुद्र के नीचे, तो दे आर डिगिंग आउट सर्टेन objects फ्रॉम द site. Now, how old that Mathura objects are, how they will come to know? Ordinary individual, अभी मटके के दो टुकड़े उठा के पानी में से लाए, दोनों एक जैसे दिखाई दे रहे हैं. They will not be able to understand कि एक 10,000 साल पुराना है कि 5,000 साल पुराना है कि 3,000 साल पुराना है. So what they do कार्बन डेटिंग. कार्बन डेटिंग के जरिए उनको पता चलता है कि ये जो टुकड़ा है मैटर का, ये 5,000 साल पुराना है या 10,000 साल पुराना है. कैसे उनको मालूम पड़ता है? खास करके ऑर्गेनिक जो सब्सटेंसेस रहते हैं उसमें कार्बन कंटेंट रहता है. उसके आधार पे साइंटिस्ट लोग बोलते हैं कि ये चीज जो है ये 500 साल पहले बनी है, 1,000 साल पहले बनी है. साइंटिस्ट भी दिमाग का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, बट उसके साथ में इंस्ट्रूमेंट का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. बट योगी डजेंट इवन रिक्वायर इंस्ट्रूमेंट. वो ऐसे ही देख के बता सकता है कि ये चीज पुरानी है, ये चीज नहीं है. जैसे तो नाउ जो हम लोगों को, जो वेस्टर्न लोगों ने बहुत हिस्ट्री में हमारे गड़बड़ किया था कि इंडियन संस्कृति जो है केवल 3.5 4 साल पुरानी, 4,000 साल पुरानी है. नाउ थिंग्स आर मूविंग डिफरेंटली. These new archaeological survey, they are telling that even Mathura or Krishna might have been very old. ये जो रियल मथुरा जो अभी समुद्र में मिला है, that could be even 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. So all that is possible to be known through the carbon dating. और कार्बन डेटिंग क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि जो सब्सटेंस है उसमें परिवर्तन आ रहा है, उसके परिवर्तन को देख के दे आर डिटरमिनिंग व्हाट इज द एज ऑफ दैट. सेम वे योगी is saying that everything in universe is changing. So these changes are being discerned by yogi. Ordinary individual cannot find these changes, but yogi can find these changes. That is the kind of, so it is a fantastic siddhi. Something which is very difficult to conceive even in an ordinary mind. But this is the siddhi. This is विवेकजम ज्ञान. तो इसीलिए जो सूत्र बोलता है कि जाति लक्षण तथा देशगत भेद का ज्ञान न होने के कारण पदार्थ एक जैसे होते हैं या एक जैसे दिखाई देते हैं, ऐसे पदार्थों की भिन्नता को भी विवेक के ज्ञान के द्वारा जाना जा सकता है. So two substances which are very similar, their difference also can be known by vivekajam jnana. That is the contention. It's like difficult sutra. Both the sutras are really difficult, but then I tried.
I, I have a cousin.
More sutras are remaining now. Yeah.
I have a cousin who got two twins, and
हाँ.
I just couldn't make out, but she being a mother, she could make out कि
हाँ.
ये. So it becomes, even with human beings, it becomes for an outsider to know who's who.
Yeah.
But the parents
Very
immediately
true.
know.
Yeah. Parents will know because they have known the subtle differences.
Yeah.
Although both are identical, but there are subtle differences.
Yeah.
No, if they pay attention, through their mannerism, some kind of maybe twitching, some kind of muscle movement, they will be able to discern. When they are observing very closely, they will develop this ability to distinguish between even the identical twins. That is possible. All it requires is a very good concentration and ability to decipher the signals. So I gave you this example of carbon dating through which we can understand substances are changing, but we function at a very gross level. Unfortunate thing is the take from these two sutras is that we are functioning at a very, very gross level. We only notice when the changes have fully taken. किसी को हम लोग रोज मिलते हैं, उसमें रोज परिवर्तन हो रहा है, लेकिन हम लोग नोटिस नहीं करते हैं. लेकिन उसी व्यक्ति को हम 5-6 महीने के बाद मिलेंगे, तो उसने अगर 2-3 किलो बढ़ गया रहेगा या 2-3 किलो कम हो गया रहेगा, तो इमीडिएटली वी नोटिस. हम बोलते हैं अरे पतला हो गया, अरे मोटा हो गया. Because after a gap we are seeing, but every day when we are seeing, we are not able to discern the finer changes which are taking place in the individual. He is putting on weight every day. 3 महीने के बाद में 3 किलो बढ़ गया, इसका मतलब वो हर दिन थोड़ा थोड़ा तो बढ़ ही रहा था. But we are not able to catch that. We are not able to detect that. But yogi can do that. That is the idea. इसके बाद वाला सूत्र भी थोड़ा टेक्निकल है, दोनों सूत्र. After these two sutras, chapter 3 will be Vibhuti path will be complete. So still 2-3 minutes are there. If there are questions, any point which needs clarification. No points. No questions. So we can leave it here now.
We can end on a lighter note.
Yeah, tell me.
You were talking about past and future. So, Falguni, what is the past of 8?
8.
And what is the future of 8?
That's the joke, right? That's obesity or something like that, no?
Great.
The future of 8 is weight.
wait, wait.
And the problem is people realize when it is very late.
Good one, good one.
Yes, that's very true.
Okay, we leave it here.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I'll share this recording.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.